Most people destroy their own lives not through failure, but through confession. They hand over their power, their wounds, their secrets to people who were never meant to hold them, and then they wonder why they feel hollow, why they feel betrayed, why the world suddenly knows exactly where to hurt them. Carl Jung spent decades studying the human psyche, not just what we show the world, but everything we hide from it. And what he discovered was dangerous. He found that the most powerful people on earth are not the loudest, not the most visible, not the most confessional. They are the most deliberately silent. They understand something the rest of the world refuses to accept, that your depth is your protection, that what you keep to yourself is not secrecy, it is survival. What you are about to hear is not a list of tips, it is a warning, a dark, necessary truth about human nature that most people learn far too late, only after they've already given too much of themselves away. The first thing you must never reveal is the full extent of your pain. There is a cultural obsession right now with vulnerability. Share your trauma, open your wounds, be raw, be real, be completely exposed. And there is beauty in that, in the right setting with the right people. But Jung saw something terrifying happen when people confused vulnerability with indiscriminate confession. He called it shadow projection. When you expose your deepest pain to the wrong audience, you don't find healing. You find ammunition handed to enemies who smile like friends. Think about the moments in your own life when you told someone something that hurt you, something real, something raw, and watched them use it months later like a blade. You didn't misread the relationship by accident. You gave away a piece of your interior world before you understood who was actually standing in front of you. Pain shared prematurely is power surrendered permanently. This doesn't mean you cannot grieve, cannot heal, cannot seek help. It means you must be ferociously selective about who sits with you in your darkness. Not everyone deserves that room. Most people don't even deserve the address. The second thing you must never reveal is your next move. Jung believed that the psyche has a shadow, the dark, unacknowledged part of ourselves that we project onto others. But there is another kind of shadow, the shadow others carry toward you: jealousy, competition, quiet resentment dressed in kindness. And the moment you announce your plans, your goals, your ambitions, you activate that shadow in every person around you who is standing still. People will not always attack you directly. They will plant doubt. They'll ask, "Are you sure?" with a tone that buries you alive. They'll share your plans with others, not to celebrate, but to confirm their own fears. And if you fail, they will have been witnesses. If you succeed, they will feel indicted. Silence around your goals is not arrogance. It is strategy. It is the oldest wisdom in the world. Let your results speak long after your planning is finished. Move without announcement. Arrive without warning. Let the world wonder how you got there, and never tell them every step you took. The third thing you must never reveal is the true depth of your intelligence. This is one of the most counterintuitive truths Jung's work points toward, and perhaps the most socially dangerous to ignore. The human ego, especially in groups, does not respond well to being made to feel small, and when you consistently reveal the full scope of what you understand, what you've read, what you've analyzed, what you see, you trigger something primal in the people around you. Not admiration, fear. Fear disguised as dismissal. Fear disguised as mockery. Fear that says you think you're better than us, when all you did was speak honestly. Jung understood that the collective psyche punishes individuation, the process of becoming deeply, authentically yourself, because it threatens the comfort of the herd. When you rise too visibly above the average will reach up and pull you down. This is not an invitation to dull yourself. Never do that. It is an invitation to be discerning, to choose the arenas where your depth is met with curiosity, not resentment, to understand that not every room deserves your full intelligence, and walking into the wrong room with everything exposed is not confidence. It is recklessness. The fourth thing you must never reveal is your financial reality, in either direction. Whether you are struggling or thriving, the moment your financial reality becomes public knowledge, the dynamic of every relationship around you shifts. This is one of the most ancient and most uncomfortable truths about human psychology. People do not respond to money with neutrality. They respond with narrative. If you reveal hardship, some will pity you, and pity is the most insidious kind of distance. Others will take advantage. Others will quietly revise their estimation of your worth as a person, even if they never say so aloud. And if you reveal abundance, you will attract people who love what you have, not who you are. You will suddenly find yourself surrounded by generosity that is really hunger wearing a warm face. Jung wrote about the persona, the mask we wear for the world. He was not saying the mask is evil. He was saying that the persona exists because the world is not yet safe enough for your full truth. Your bank account is not a measure of your soul,
but in the wrong hands it becomes a measuring stick others use to decide what they owe you and what they think they can take. The fifth thing you must never reveal is who you truly love and how deeply. This is the most tender, the most difficult, and perhaps the most important. Jung spoke about the anima and animus, the inner feminine and masculine that each of us carries. He believed that when we fall deeply into love, we are often projecting these inner figures onto another person, and that projection makes us ferociously, exquisitely vulnerable, not just to the person we love, but to anyone watching. When people know who you love deeply, they know your most undefended place. They know the name that will make you flinch, the relationship that if threaded will bring you to your knees. And in a world full of shadow, jealousy, control, manipulation, this knowledge is not safe in careless hands. This doesn't mean hide love. Love fully, love fiercely, love with your whole existence. But be careful about broadcasting the geography of your heart to people who are still mapping your weaknesses. Not everyone who asks, "So are you too serious?" is asking out of warmth. Some are asking to know exactly where the door is, so they can walk through it when you're not looking. Here is what all 5 of these have in common. They are not rules about hiding. They are not instructions for becoming cold or closed or impenetrable. Jung's entire life philosophy was about becoming more whole, more real, more deeply yourself. He was not teaching you to disappear. He was teaching you that wholeness requires protection. The deepest rivers in the world are also the quietest on the surface. The most ancient mountains were formed in absolute silence. There is a version of you that has not yet spoken, has not yet revealed itself, because it has not yet been safe enough to emerge. That version is not broken. That version is wise. Most people spend their entire lives giving themselves away, piece by piece, confession by confession, hope by hope, to people in places that were never equipped to hold them. And then they wonder why they feel empty, why the world seems to know exactly how to wound them, why intimacy became a liability. The answer is simple, and it is brutal. You told them everything. You handed them the map, the key, and the door. And then you were surprised when they walked in without knocking. Jung believed that the greatest act of courage in a human life is not exposure. It is integration, bringing your darkness and your light together inside yourself, knowing yourself so completely that no one else's version of you can shake the one you've built from the inside. Be selective with your soul, not because you are afraid, not because you are cold, but because some things are too sacred to be cheap. Some truths are too powerful to be ordinary conversation. Some parts of you were never meant for public consumption. They were meant for your becoming. Protect your becoming with everything you have.